Hi, I'm Jessy Rose, and today I'm going to show you Prineville, Oregon. Prineville is located right in the center of the state in Central Oregon. It's really close to Bend, maybe hour and a half. So there are some folks who work in Bend or potentially even commute to Bend or work in Bend but work from home and live in Prineville. But you don't have to do that. There's also a lot of great employers in Prineville. If you're thinking of moving to the Central Oregon area to enjoy all of the outdoor recreation that Oregon has to offer, but you'd rather live in a smaller town, which Prineville is not the smallest of small towns that we have in Oregon, but it's also not a big city. It's a pretty medium-sized town, but most would consider a small town. There's a lot of work in Prineville, and you can actually go to my website. The link is below, and I have links to the Chamber of Commerce, the State of Oregon website, and other websites where you can search for jobs. But Prineville's always going to have its agricultural roots. While a couple of big tech companies have moved to Prineville, Facebook and Apple has brought a lot of jobs, you're still also always going to have your tourism, your agriculture, government services, and nearby healthcare, not to mention the Greater Bend market. Being the oldest city in Central Oregon, Prineville has a beautiful downtown that's lined with old Victorian homes. It's very pretty. It's just a wonderful place to see. I think the greatest draw is the amazing amount of outdoor activities. There's golfing available year-round, which is kind of rare for Oregon. Of course, you can hike, bike, camp, go stargazing. Another thing people really like to do is search for precious gemstones, so you can stop by the Chamber of Commerce and get your Rockhound map. The Prineville Reservoir provides boating and swimming and paddleboarding and all those types of water activities in the summer. And if you're really interested in nature's art, about an hour away are the Painted Hills. It's amazing. There's farm and ranch tours that are really educational and also kind of fun, horseback riding lessons, and of course the Crooked River Roundup every year is Prineville's rodeo. So a little aside about rodeos. Rodeos in Oregon are not just rodeos. So when I moved here from the South, I was like, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. I don't need to see another rodeo. But it isn't just a rodeo. It is a county-wide event to celebrate the culture and the area. And sometimes there's rides. And yes, there's a rodeo in the evenings, but there's activities all day long, cooking and baking contests. Children have art posted for you to go look at. There's shopping, there's music. It's really just a huge festival. It really brings a sense of community, and you're gonna see everyone in the town there for sure. And so it's actually a really fun thing to go to, even if you're not super into rodeos. In fact, you could actually go to a rodeo in Oregon and be there the whole weekend and not see a single animal. I did that once. It is really kind of interesting the way you have a very Western feel. When you're in Prineville, you know you were in the Wild West, but then you also have this tech sector that's kind of meeting that. So it's an interesting little spot. Since you have the Ochoco National Forest right there, anything that you might want to do in a forest is available. Just lots of amazing recreation. Bring your camera and take the most amazing photography. I mean, it's a beautiful place. I find it really interesting, the geological features around here and the way that the high desert kind of meets that lush green of the forest. So you have that rustic Western scenery of the canyons and the rivers. And then you can also get into the forest and, do your camping and your hiking there. The great thing about Prineville is being in a relatively small town. But if you want to get swanky, you can go into Bend and check out all the things there are to do there. And you're really close. So if you need to go in for shopping or restaurants, that's very available to you and very close. Bend also having a pretty decent sized airport makes it an awesome choice. So you don't have to drive hours and hours and hours to get to an airport like some people in Oregon have to. If you're interested in learning more about that awesome Western heritage, the A.R. Bowman Memorial Museum is a great place to learn all about Prineville's history and most of Central Oregon's history. If you really feel drawn to Central Oregon and the wonderful climate and outdoor recreation it has to offer, but you feel like Bend might be a little too busy, a little too big for you, Prineville could be perfect. Definitely reach out and give me a call if you have any questions about Prineville. You can also drop a comment below and I can just answer you right here on YouTube. I'm Jessy Rose. I'm an attorney and a licensed Oregon realtor. Buying or selling real estate is a legal transaction, so legal skills are helpful. Total Real Estate Group is a boutique brokerage with offices throughout the state. So any part of Oregon that you're interested in, give me a call and we've got you covered. I'll be doing more videos about all the awesome places in Oregon. So make sure you subscribe and give me a call if you want to go look at some properties.